It's great to be here today, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think this is an interesting time. I'm in the e-waste business, and electronic waste, when I got in this industry 17 years ago, was the fastest growing solid waste stream in the world. 17 years later, it still is the fastest growing solid waste stream in the world. In fact, at a 5-time velocity than it was when I originally got in the industry. And people say, well, tell us the real ESG, circular economy story, zero waste story, especially for these purposes for Scott's wonderful forum, which I love being part of. When you responsibly recycle waste the right way, what people don't understand, and what is one of the great untold stories of the sustainability revolution, is the zero waste, zero landfill, zero emissions, and all of the products that come out of electronic waste when recycled responsibly. The steel, the plastic, I'm giving them in descending order of volume. Steel, plastic, aluminum, copper, then the precious metals, gold, silver, palladium, and then lead even. And then the glass also. All of that material goes for beneficial reuse. None of it goes to a landfill. So that part of the sustainability, ESG, circular economy, zero waste story is wonderful. But you also have the combination of what's happened. The Internet of Things have made electronics now ubiquitous in our lives. We all wear wearables. Today I'm wearing my Aura Ring, which records everything I'm doing, my Garmin watch, which has a lithium-ion battery inside of it. We all have Alexas, Nest, Rings, and also our EV cars, Teslas, or any EV car you would drive is a computer on wheels. Also, all of our white goods now have computers in them. Some have televisions in them. So electronics, in terms of business and personal lives, have grown bigger than ever before. The great part of the story is everything goes to beneficial reuse when responsibly recycled, and there's zero waste, which is great, and why Scott and I have been fast friends and working together now and enjoying his wonderful platform and forums. But there's another story to electronic waste that most people haven't thought about: the cybersecurity story, the data that's contained in your hardware. So sustainability only grew our company so far. But after cybersecurity and data that's contained in hardware became a real thing, it became the wind at our back. So now, everything that you touch that has your data in it should be responsibly destroyed, whether you believe in environmental protection or not. And this goes for everybody in the United States and way beyond. GDPR came to Europe in May of 2018, and it's now come to the United States, where privacy and data protection laws are being passed in every state now. So the rules, the penalties that surround privacy and data protection are more stringent than ever, and only going to get more stringent in the years to come. And that's going to force more electronics into responsible recyclers' hands. And again, drive us more towards a circular economy and a zero waste world. That's really the electronic waste story. We're the largest in the United States. We have 8 locations. We service every zip code. And anyway, I'm really honored to be here today. And Scott, I'll open it up for any questions your members have or you have and you want to pose to me.
Sure. I'll just start with a quick question. How has the COVID affected the business with e-waste? How much has it gone up in the last 10 months? Do you know? Because I've
we haven't. Thank you. That's a great question. We're an essential business, because what last thing you want to do during a pandemic is allow waste in any form to pile up in any community and add to the crisis. So we were deemed an essential business from the get-go. We've been open every day, and we've just went out of our way to protect our employees. Safety first is how we run this company from the day we started. from 2 employees now to 1,200 employees. And protecting our employees and creating a culture of safety has allowed us to service our clients uninterrupted. Now, we have moved to a more technological driven world. How that's affected all of us is 2 ways. A, we're working from home more. I'm in my office today. I'm in my office every day, but so many of us now work from home. What has that done? It's cross-contaminated your electronics at home because it happens so fast. You're using some of your business electronics for personal use and your personal electronics for business use. No judgment here, but the bottom line is when you're done using those materials, you have to make sure those materials, all the data that's contained in those materials gets destroyed appropriately. That's where we step in. We have a box program that we created on a business-to-business basis 7 years ago for one of our clients, and now we've brought it to the home use. We could drop ship a box of any size in any zip code in America to a home or a business, contactless, dropped off at your home or business, and then you can fill it up at your own leisure, print off a label, UPS brings it back to one of our 8 facilities. We've done 25,000 boxes in the last 10 months, and we think that's going to continue to accelerate the years to come. So COVID, Scott, has created cross-contamination of all our electronics with our data, business and personal, personal and business, but also opportunities to create solutions where people want to live in a contactless world right now while we're all trying to take care and be careful and shelter in place until we get to the other side and science wins this tragic period of COVID-19.
Excellent. Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? I have a lot, but I don't want to monopolize it. I had another question from your view. Oh, there's one. Good. Thank you. Yeah, who is that?
This is Daniel. Just a quick one.
Hi, Daniel.
Is there any kind of electronic waste right now that just can't be recycled or handled? Is there anything we should temporarily not buy?
No. I don't want to ever say not buy because all the OEMs are my client, but you're asking a great question. The most difficult thing to handle right now, and that is an ongoing challenge, and we are the largest aggregator of these items, are lithium-ion batteries because they could catch on fire almost at any moment. So maintaining the quality controls and all the and shipping these products under the federal regulations that exist, the state regulations that exist, is a challenge. But when done right, it's also an opportunity. But that's the most difficult thing, and the thing to be the most sensitive about when you're handling your own electronics. Beware of the lithium-ion batteries that is contained therein.
Very good. Thank you.
Unmute. There we go. Someone's asking what your website is. Yeah.
It's www.eridirect.com. eridirect.com.
I have a quick question for you. What about because I've
There's
done
a gentleman that's raising his hand, Scott. Normie.
Neil. Yes.
Neil.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Neil. Oh, Neil Selman's up next, so that's wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you. A very quick question. Thank you for this lot of information. What is the breakdown between recycling and reuse for the machines that you come?
Great question. It's a great question. At our company, the breakdown is approximately 60-40, but it's really idiosyncratic to the responsible recycler that you were talking to because it's based on the clients that you have. Some clients really don't mind if you wipe, refurbish, and resell material, and some are very adamant that no matter how good the material is, they want it destroyed and commoditized. So those 2 ways of responsible recycling are absolutely legitimate and credible. At our company, 60% goes to absolute destruction, 40% goes to wiping and retesting and reselling and repackaging. But that could vary depending on the responsible recycler. But that's a great question.
Quick follow-up, if you permit, Scott and John.
Yeah.
And that is, you're obviously doing well. Your competitors, do your competitors pay as much attention to reuse, refurbish as you do? You sound like
more. Actually more. You see, that's, I don't want to diminish the role of that, but that's almost the easier side of the business. It's not that hard. Like say you wanted to go in the refurbished business. So there's lots of opportunities just as a broker to buy 30,000 cell phones that are on the market, almost not even touch them and resell them. That's an ongoing business, and that's called asset management. That's very legitimate and okay. The harder side of the business is to be certified to R2 E-Steward and NAID certified at every facility. NAID is National Association of Information Destruction. And then responsibly commoditize these products where you create no emissions, you take good care and safety of your employees first, and don't create any emissions in the building or outside the building, and then also it's zero waste. That's literally the magic trick of this. Harder to do, it's very doable, but the refurbishment side is actually the easier side. So there's more people in that side of the business than in doing both under one roof.
Thank you. Very good information. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Great, thank you. Thank you.
I ask a quick question as well. Is there a minute?
Please
Yeah,
do.
can you speak a bit to the end processing capacity in the US compared to other regions? And whether you're able to process and integrate back into the supply chain, and what materials can and can't be reintegrated domestically?
That's great questions. I don't have the aggregate number because it doesn't exist. It's sad to say, with e-waste being the fastest growing solid waste stream, even though we recycle, our company, 20 million pounds, give or take 5% every month, 20 million pounds a month. So you go to bed feeling really good about yourself, but then you realize it's just a drop in the bucket. Still, so much of this stuff is going to landfills. Can you believe in 2020, 24 states have landfill bans, but 26 states don't? Can you believe that people are still putting this stuff in containers and shipping it to India, China, Africa, and other places where it shouldn't be going? It's a great story when done right, but still a lot of it's being done wrong. So that's the aggregate story. In terms of what can be reused, we sell all of our plastic gets resold. All of our plastic that gets resold goes back to the OEMs. Given the different months and times a year, different OEMs are making certain requests, and certain OEMs just want back, for instance, printer plastic that comes out of the printers. And that goes back to an OEM that's known for printers around the world called HP. So the circular economy is live and well, including all of our copper, steel, and all of our other products. It's all going for beneficial reuse. Some directly to OEMs that make electronics, others that are just building airports and office buildings and copper cabling around the world as the emerging economies of China and India come online. They have an unquenchable thirst for our commodities, legitimate commodities, liberated meaning very clean, very reusable commodities. There's an unquenchable thirst for it. And that's why the e-waste story is a great one when done responsibly.
I'm going to do a little switcheroo here. I'm going to have Neil present afterwards because I think this would be a really good piggyback on your presentation, Neil Selman. And then Nick, you're going to go last, not because you're the recycling guy, but because Tamara's really fits well in multiple waste streams. But thank you, John, for your time. And I'd like to bring, if you can stay on, great. If you have to run, I understand. But we're going to bring everyone on and have some ideas after these two gentlemen speak. And thank you for your service.
Honored to be here.
Yeah, and if anyone has any questions that they can think of, please email myself, and then I could do intros as well to John. So thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.